welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited about today's show because it's all about a new series that's premiering in July on Starz. So here's the thing. PValley started out as a play, but now it's been adapted for TV. So listen, when I tell you this show is good with a T at the end, you are not going to want to miss this. So joining me today are two of the show's stars, Brandee Evans and Nicco Annan. And we are going to talk about their characters, Mercedes and Uncle Clifford, and talk about like where the show is headed, what we can expect this season. And we're even going to discuss like embracing every bit of your own body from, you know, your stretch marks, cellulite, little bellies, whatever, because honey, you know what? You're beautiful and worth it. So I just wanted everybody to kind of remember that. So anyway, let's jump into today's show. You don't want to miss it. Brandee and Nicco, welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are y'all today?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing well. Excited to chat with y'all after I've watched a couple of the episodes. I'm like, woo! This show is steamy.
You into it? Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Yeah, so
there's more than meets the eye.
It sure is. Like, I was mesmerized. So, of course, for the viewers, please give us, like, the log line of what PValley is about.
I think that PValley is about an oasis of ruby people. They are just beautiful gems that are in this world of Chucalissa. It's in Mississippi, and Chucalissa actually means hope. So it's a place of hope where I think a lot of times people have an idea that it's about disparity. Wouldn't you say, Brand?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And it's giving you I like to say, don't judge a book by its cover. So it's opening up that book for you to see what's behind the cover in that book, what's in these ladies' minds and in their hearts and their souls.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I thought Mercedes was a mean girl at first, but I was like, she's got a heart in there. She got a heart in there.
Right.
But then I was but as I'm watching and I'm like, okay, I have to know. So how did you prepare for the character? Did you have to take pole dancing classes? Because I signed up for like 3 classes. I made it to 1 and ended up on the floor for most of it and quit. So please tell me how.
Don't give up. You got to pull up.
Yes. So I had, before PValley, I was a professional dancer, but I'd never done pole. So our amazing choreographer, Jamaica, brought in Spider, who's like the world-renowned stripper, and she's the OG in this world. And so she taught me, it was a 10-day boot camp. I made it through 8 dancing because we needed 2 days of rest day because I was sore. And then so during those 2 days, she took me to the club, and she kind of did what I did with Autumn. Walked me around, you know, look at him, girl, he ain't gonna give no money, you know, and I'm like, ooh, he ain't not,
right.
You know, so she's like showing me the ropes as an OG. So it was very difficult, but it was so rewarding, and it feels good because it felt good to do this role justice. Like, I want to feel this pole burn. I want to know what they really go through so I can really portray it in its authentic way.
Okay. Now, Uncle Clifford, I absolutely adore. I'm like, I want her to be my friend.
Like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Please tell me how you prepared for the role, Nicco.
Uncle Clifford, being the beautiful Black non-binary queer that she is, I prepared for Uncle Clifford kind of non-traditionally. I went shopping. I would go to Marshall's and TJ Maxx and stores like that would be in the neighborhood, and I would shop in the women's section to figure out what it would be like to, as a non-binary or gender fluid person, to be able to live in the world, and the looks that I might get, or the nods of approval, actually, to be honest with you. Between that and listening to music from the South, to get the vernacular and the rhythm and the flow of the language. In our world, we call it slanguage. You know, when you work on Katori Hall's work, our showrunner and creator, it's a combination of actually elevated text. I think sometimes people think that the South is a place of a lower education or some type of, it has a stigma to it. But the people there dream really big, and they're basic. The South, it's basic in terms of treat me how I treat you, you know, like that golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto us, you know? And so a combination of all
Exactly.
those things and being a part of the project since it was a play.
Yes.
Yes,
OG.
yes, that I love that. 'Cause I mentioned that in my intro that it was a play first, but I know we don't have much time, but I also wanted to talk about this important fact that each episode is directed by a woman. And so how was that for you guys, working with a woman on each episode?
Oh, for
I talk
me,
about
when
it.
oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. Okay.
No, go ahead, Brandee.
For me, I've never been more excited because I've only had male directors. So to have these women that I'm looking up to now, and I'm like, wait, maybe I want to direct now. And it just felt motherly a little bit. You know, like I just had that moment where I could tell them anything and they would acknowledge it and truly respect it. And not saying that men don't, but it's just a different feeling. It was like 8 different mother hens in there. So it was amazing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, being raised with my mom as a single mom, and my father always being in my life, I still felt like the women, it was very organic. It was a move that felt like you were in your mama's house. So when something went awry or you needed more time to do a certain shot, or, you know, we got to get the pole burn happen. We got to do this and change the shot around this way. It was very organic how things moved about in the process. It was different for each woman, and they were all of different ethnic backgrounds. And, you know, it was just really great. It was a great experience.
Awesome.
Oh, and really quickly, I have to chime in and
question.
say, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to chime in and say, another thing that made it comfortable, we are very exposed on the screen. So to know that there's a woman behind that camera and making sure that I didn't have to go, you know, Tasha, Karina, you know, what am I looking like? Girl, today I'm bloated. You know, if we're just really honest, because I knew that those women were going to make sure they got the best shot of us at all times.
Absolutely.
And that's
it's
funny
about
that you
embracing
brought
the
that
body.
up, because I was just going to bring that point up that one of the things that I've noticed that a lot of, even on social media, a lot of people are constantly worried about their body image. And for me, watching the show, I thought, you know what, these women are comfortable with their bodies. You know, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna put on these short shorts and go outside. So so do you have any
If
advice?
that's how you feel, you should.
Yes.
Right. So I wanted to know if
in
in a couple words you had some advice for people in general that are struggling with their body images, like, you know, embrace those stretch marks, the, you know, the dimples in your leg, all that stuff. Like, what advice do you have?
I never felt comfortable until PValley, and I was like, I think I told Nicco one day, I was like, my stretch marks look good on camera. Like, I was like,
you better know it.
Like, because I didn't like my legs before PValley, and it gave you a moment where you had to become comfortable with yourself, because that woman beside you, that director, that showrunner, that producer, they're all looking at you going, you look great. So there was no room for, oh my God, I'm insecure, because they were lifting you up every second of the way.
I also think that in the culture that it is really about embracing all all that you are. I know I'm a gay man and I have a lot of heterosexual friends, and whether male or female, stretch marks are usually in our culture, it's about like rays of the sun that's on the brown skin and shining, you know, whether in moonlight or sunlight. So it was about showing that kind of beauty, you know, and showing Black beauty in such a way, and the body as an art and a temple that it is. So it's a different way of looking at things. I think that PValley really will shift your gaze, not only as an audience member, but internally on yourself.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, I love that. I love that. Well, thank you guys so much. I cannot wait till the doors of Pynk open up. You know, and PValley premieres in July, and I can't wait to see the reaction from the audience. So good luck to you guys, and thank you again for joining me on Check the Rhymes.
Thank you.
Thank you.